Although utilities are interesting, there's also enormous power in applying each individual's preferences to different alternatives in order to predict the likely market share or market shift that might occur. If you've entered any alternatives, you'll see information about their rankings according to participant preferences on the Ranked Alternatives page. Here we see participant rankings of our alternatives. In this case, their preferences regarding vacation destinations. As of the Utilities page, we can view the mean and median values, display individual participant rankings, and change the number of participants that we want to display. Additionally, we can display participant rankings as differences from the mean or differences from the median. At the bottom of the table, we are given some statistics that show us how much agreement there is in our results, and therefore how confident we can be that there is a trend instead of the results being random. If you want to learn more about these correlation coefficients and significance testing, you can read about it in the Help menu on the right under Rank Correlation Coefficients. To visualize our alternative rankings and their variation between participants, we can look at the chart below. Here we see each participant's ranking of vacation destinations, as well as the mean of all rankings, which is this dashed line here. Or instead of the mean, we can show the line of median rankings instead. In this example, we see a general downward trend for all participants, except for the two alternatives in the middle, which seem to be ranked significantly higher by about half the participants and significantly lower by the other half. We want to get a better idea of what the market shares for our alternatives are, which is the percentage of our participants that would choose a particular alternative. On the next page, we see for what percentage of participants each vacation destination is ranked first, second, or third. So we see that 34.6% of our participants would choose to vacation in Cartagena, and for another 30%, Cartagena would be their second choice. We can see how these market shares could shift by going to the Alternatives page and editing the alternative ratings on our attributes. So for example, let's say that Cartagena suddenly became super expensive. Now we go back to our Ranked Alternatives page, and we see that hardly anyone would choose to vacation in Cartagena anymore, and the top destination choice would become Cusco. On the next page, we see a breakdown in the frequencies of the ranks of all our alternatives. This is best suited for examining the degree of variation in alternative rankings for each participant. We can either display these values as individual participant counts or convert them to percentages. We can see that there's strong agreement about Cusco being a desirable alternative, as it ranked above 4th place for all our participants. On the other hand, there's strong variation about people's preferences for Oahu, which may be due to the cost associated with it. The paired rank agreements table shows us how many participants ranked the alternative on the left higher than the alternative on the bottom. We can also display the Spearman's correlation coefficient for our alternative rankings between pairs of participants. These tables are good for more detailed analysis about participant preferences. To see what other alternatives could be possible with the attributes we specified and how those would rank in participant preferences, we can go to the All Possible Alternatives page. These aren't necessarily any real existing alternatives. It just shows us what would hypothetically be possible. However, this page can't be viewed if your model is too large. If we had a similar model that we wanted to apply our utilities to, we selected Model up here. This can be useful, for example, for evaluating different sets of projects based on the same attributes and utilities, or ranking a different set of patients for hospital prioritization. So from all these charts, we learned that Cartagena and Cusco seem like very popular vacation destinations for this group of participants. But it would probably be better to have a larger and more diverse sample, as well as more alternatives, to make stronger conclusions. Then we can use this information to guide our decisions on creating and marketing vacation packages.